In my previous video, I did explain to you all how the wrong relaxer has caused some bald patches on my hair. And so what I wanted to talk about today is the fact that damaged hair can look different for different people. For some people, damaged hair is just their strands, and for some people they have bald patches, different things going on. And so for me, not only are my strands damaged now, but there's bald patches. And I want to talk about how we can treat problem areas, because problem areas, when you're trying to recover from damaged hair, needs special attention compared to the other parts of your head. So what I mean is, now that I've got some bald patches on my head, problem areas like this, when I mean special attention, I mean paying close attention to what's going on. Now, some of my areas that have got bald patches are growing back. And what I've noticed is that when those areas are growing back, they will grow back in its natural state, in its kinky state. Even though every part of my hair, as you can see, is relaxed. Okay, everywhere is relaxed, bone straight. But the problem area will grow kinky, and because it's growing extra kinky, like in its natural state, it requires me to moisturize those areas differently. It requires me to treat it differently and to pay attention to what's going on. So one of the biggest things you have to notice with problem areas like bald patches is scalp care. Making sure that you're using shampoos that your scalp loves. One of the biggest signs that you can tell you're using the wrong shampoo is itchy scalp. So if you washed your hair today and immediately the scalp is starting to itch, you need to look into your shampoos. So one way I experienced this was that I was using a sulfate shampoo, and then afterwards I was using a sulfate-free shampoo. And this sulfate-free shampoo that I was using, it would make my hair so soft, and I loved it. And so one particular week I said, you know what, I'm not going to use a sulfate shampoo. I'm just going to use this sulfate-free shampoo, and that was it. As soon as I used it and I came out of the bath, my scalp was itchy. My scalp was itchy. It felt like my hair just wasn't, sorry, it felt like my scalp was not cleaned at all. I thought, wait, what? How can my scalp be so itchy when I just washed it and I scrubbed it and I know what I've done, it should be clean. And then I decided, no, this is not gonna work. So I went and looked for my sulfate shampoo, and I started washing my scalp again the second session, and the itchiness stopped. Okay, when I tell you that your hair or your scalp is always talking to you, they're always talking. You need to pay attention, you need to listen. So one of the ways you treat these problem areas is scalp care. So apart from finding the right shampoo, the next thing that you need to do is to also find grease, especially if you're an African person or black person, whatever. Grease is important for scalp care. I don't know what trend was going on in the past that you lot stopped using grease, but I have gone back to grease because grease is working and it has always worked. Now, grease is one of those things that could moisturize the scalp. It's just finding the grease that works for you. Okay. So I find that in the past I was using serums, but scalp serums, they're just not moisturizing at all. They're not moisturizing. Maybe for your Caucasian girls, they're moisturizing, but I just find that with African hair, it does not stay moisturized. And you tend to use them a lot, like daily, every second day or every third day. And then they're so expensive. You spend more money buying them like every second week. Whereas grease, when you moisturize your scalp with grease, it stays moisturized till the next wash day. Or am I just the only one who experienced this? I don't know. Let me know your experience and leave a comment below. I just find that with grease, you don't have to do it that many times before wash day. Yeah. So with treating bald patches and scalp care, they go hand in hand because that area is bald. So the scalp needs needs to be handled with care and needs to be handled with love. You also have to understand that there's certain hairstyles that you won't be able to do in this particular season due to the bald patches. I can't even do a protective style with extensions anyway. The least you could do is put on a wig, which is something I'm not going to do. But you have to sacrifice certain styles for this area in order for you to thrive, and in order for that bald patch area to thrive again. Because if you try to prioritize style over health, you will always go back to square one again. So you have to sacrifice certain styles in order to get this hair thriving again, which is something I'm doing. And that is why every time I show up on this channel, like with videos, you don't see any new style on my head. I can't even get a new style done because it wouldn't even make any sense. There's madness going on. Okay, like it wouldn't make any sense for me to do any protective styling. So all you're gonna see is just the same style day in, day out, day in, day out. But what you don't understand is this is the lifestyle of getting beautiful hair. The people who've got natural beautiful hair, they just do the one style. That's it, day in, day out. They're not trying to do different styles every week. They're not trying to, you know, get their hair slick every single week. The routine of beautiful hair, healthy hair, long hair is just doing the same thing over and over again. It's a routine. And so until you understand that, until it clicks that, wait a minute, it's going to be a routine day in, day out, week by week, week by week, week by week. That's how you get to long hair. That's how we get to healthy hair. Then you're going to understand that you need to prioritize health over length. Okay. So with the bald area, scalp care is the important part. If the scalp is dry, the scalp is flaky, the scalp is itchy, it's letting you know something is wrong. Either you need to take a product out of the routine or you need to add a product to the routine. But the scalp will always talk to you. It will always, like if you're itching, if your scalp is itchy on wash day, there's a product you're using and your scalp doesn't want it. If your scalp is itchy during midweek, there's a high chance that it's dry and you need to get it moisturized. Or maybe you've used a serum today, a scalp serum today, and then 3 days later, there's white flakes. It's letting you know that the scalp serum is not moisturizing the scalp. Pick something else. Okay, it's always going to talk to you. But the problem area will only be solved when you pay attention to it and give it what it wants. It will give you what you want. So if you do have a problem area and bald patches and all that, and you do have a special occasion to go to, just always consider that bald patch, because it could embarrass you if you don't take care of it. And what you'll find is it's going to be so noticeable to the public, or you could start itching it like crazy. Like it will just embarrass you. So please make sure you look after it like a little baby. Within 3 to 6 months, you should see some changes and it should grow back again. Okay, so that is it for this video. I'm talking about this because some of you, the damaged parts of your hair is bald patches, and I got it due to using the wrong relaxer. That's why I got it, due to using wrong relaxer system. That's how I got the bald patch. But I'm not worried because I know that I'm doing what is right and it will grow back again. And if you want to know how to grow it back, I did talk about this on my TikTok, and I've also uploaded a little short clip on this particular channel on how I grew it back. So make sure you check that on my little short videos on this channel. That will be it today, and I'll see you all next time.